the one thing also is Pablo Lopez is off the market. I mentioned his name last episode of possibly being traded here, even though he was not going to be a number one starter. And I just want to say something. These fans out here who are complaining about not making moves right now for Pablo Lopez, I mean, come on. You are looking at a guy who has done terrible in the second half, like in his career. He's not been good. His velocity has gone down. His K rate has been declining the last 3 years. You are wanting a number one starter. I get it. I want one too. Unfortunately, there's not one out there that we know is available for trade. And if you think Pablo Lopez is a number one starter, you have no idea what you're talking about at all. You have no idea. Solid. You are he's a 2 or 3. And honestly, you want to hear something even crazier? Last year, who had the same exact WAR as him, 7.4? You know who had the exact same WAR? Adam Wainwright had the exact same WAR as Pablo Lopez last year. So, if you consider Adam Wainwright if you think Pablo Lopez is number one, then you think Adam Wainwright's a number one. That's basically what you're saying to me. Because and just other numbers too. Like, yeah, his K rate has been good, but honestly, realistically, I just don't think he was the best fit. And you're gonna have to overpay a lot for him, especially when you don't need to. You don't need to trade these young guys right now. I'd much rather you go into the spring, go into the season. You have no competition in the division. See what you have with these young guys and let them play it out.
Competition in the division.
No, the Pirates are not coming. They're not coming at all.
Hutch is back in the bird.
But like you have no competition in the division.
I like the start of your rant. It's like you talking to like a kid. Like, all right, listen here. Papa Brennan's going to tell you what we got to do here.
So, but anyway, like you look at everything and it's just like, why wait? Why even rush to get this? Like, go wait until the deadline and just see what you have. Evaluate at the deadline. How's Jack Flaherty doing? How's Miles doing? How's Wainwright
Montgomery going to do this year?
How's Montgomery going to do?
That is a big thing that we didn't even touch on last episode on pitching depth.
I think he will be fine. I mean, again, he's not a number one guy, but you have a lot. I know a lot of people are going to probably not agree with me. I think you have enough depth. Is it good depth? No. But is it depth to get you through, get you innings, and give you a chance to win? I think so. I think
respectfully disagree.
You do?
I really do. I think you should have gone for another pitcher this offseason instead of just.
I agree. You should have gone for another one, but why go and get a guy like Pablo Lopez who is going to be the exact same of what you have in your rotation right now, which is what we complain about. We have too much of number 3s and 2s. I say barely 2. I would say the only 2 is probably Michaelis at this point. But you look at like everything, the rest of them are like 3s and 4s.
So basically, you want quality over quality.
I want quality. I want a number one guy. Now, Jack Flaherty can't be that guy, and I hope he is because I love watching Jack Flaherty pitch. But I think you needed another guy to put with Flaherty. I would have loved Rodon, but Rodon probably it's been reported he wanted to be a Yankee. So let's say that Mo even tried to go after him. Let's say he did. There was no guarantee that he would have actually signed because he wanted to be a Yankee. And that's something that a lot of these fans don't understand is it's more than just money to some of these players. Like look at Goldschmidt, for example. He took less money than what he probably should have to sign with the Cardinals long term after that trade happened.
Yeah.
So it's more than just money. Some of these players just want the money. They want the bag. Some of them want a mixture of both, where they have comfortability with their family and they have, they know where they're going to be and they are comfortable where that is. You know what I mean? That's why there's no trade clauses set up. That's why there's stuff like that, because a lot of these players just want to stay where they sign. They don't want to move all the time. And they want to be with somewhere where they're comfortable. And Rodon felt that he would be comfortable in New York. So that's where he decided to sign. Because I think there was plenty of teams out there that would have offered more for Rodon than what he got with the Yankees, in my opinion, even though he's a Boris client. So, I mean, you can get a number one. I think they will. I think there will be a massive trade at the deadline. for a top of the line rotation piece. If they don't, then Mo should be fired because there is no excuse for you not to do any sort of big trade when you have the amount of prospects that you have. And none of these guys can play all the time. You have an outfield that's overfilled with Jordan Walker coming. You are going to have to move one of them because Jordan Walker is going to be your starter. He is going to be one of your starting corners. Now, who replaces that? Is Dylan Carlson going to be moved and Lars Nootbaar goes to center? Is Tyler O'Neill not bounced back and he gets moved out somewhere? I mean, it's hard to tell. And then even with that,
yeah, I was gonna say, even if you do move O'Neill, like, are you gonna get the right needs that you want with how?
You're probably not gonna get what you need because he doesn't have as much control. I mean, you could probably get I can see a trade similar to like the Bader trading if you're gonna trade O'Neill, but I'm not gonna trade O'Neill right now. Some people want to. He just in 2021 he just came off of an amazing year, and you want to trade him already, and that's people like Nolan Gorman. This time last year, people were praying for Nolan Gorman to make the roster. They wanted him to be on this team. And now they're like, oh, he's overrated. Oh, he's a bust. And it's like, you didn't even give him a chance. He was on pace to hit 30 home runs, and he was a rookie. Yeah, he struggled through his second half, but his profile as a player is going to have slumps. But what he can do when he's hot is ridiculous. He can hit you 30 to 40 home runs a season easily. That's his player type. He's a left-handed power bat, which is actually going out of style in the new age of baseball.
I love lefties. Lefty.
Yeah, and if you look at Nolan Gorman's swing, have you compared it to anybody? You know who it reminds me of?
I remember we had this conversation a long time ago.
It looks just like Bryce Harper's swing. Yes, it's like exactly the same. It's actually kind of insane. And it's like, well, now will he be Bryce Harper? God, no. I don't think that. That would be amazing if he is, but I don't think he will. Bryce Harper's a generational talent. But Nolan Gorman's going to be a solid piece for you. Will he be good on the defensively? Probably not. But he could be your lefty DH that is feared and be in the middle part of your lineup. I mean, if all these guys go right, this team might not need pitching because they'll just score 10 runs. And the scores will be like 10-8. And we'll win. That's how it'll go because we can't hold runs back.
Just average a fucking this 10
this offense this year. Always. I'm telling you, this offense this year, if everything goes right, it can be the best offense in the MLB, and I have no doubt in my mind that that's possible because this team is ridiculously stacked offensively. You have Arenado, Goldschmidt at the quarters. You have Wilson Contreras now. You have Tyler O'Neill who could bounce back. You have Dylan Carlson. You have I said Tyler O'Neill. You have Lars Nootbaar coming up. You have Gorman still. You have Yepez. You have Donovan on your bench.
Dude, I'm so high on Donovan.
Oh, Donovan is awesome.
I love that guy. I love the way he battles.
He's amazing to watch. The way he just battles in the box is awesome to see. And he just plays everywhere. He's like the perfect player to have on your team.
That's why you won utility.
Yeah. And then you got Alec Burleson on your bench. He might start DH for some people. And you have Gorman and Yepez to rotate a bench role as DH probably. Like that, these guys would be starting in your lineup for most teams. Like maybe not like Braves or anything, but like if you look at like a team that you might be competing for, like the Brewers, all of your bench guys would be starters for the Brewers. All of them. Cubs, same way. So like you have this depth of position players. There's just no excuse for you not to go out and get someone because you can't play all of them. And I didn't even mention Jordan Walker yet. Do that whole depth. I didn't even mention that because he's not even confirmed he's going to be on the team yet, which I'm so excited to see spring start. Pitchers and catchers report on the 14th. We're going to have a special guest on that day, by the way. I haven't told you guys that, but
I know. I was like, who?
Yeah, I'll have someone on here to talk the Cardinal prospects and everything. He's really knowledgeable. So we'll go ahead and that'll probably be around before spring training starts, like the episode before.
It's actually Brendan's dad.
No, he doesn't know anything about prospects at all.
It's just Katie.
He asked me.
It's
he's
actually
like,
Katie.
Yeah, it's Katie. Yeah, Katie's gonna talk to us about Gordon Graceffo and how his slider has improved over the last year. Yeah,
it might be like Moneyball.
It could be Katie Wu. You never know.
Ooh, that'd be. I know for a fact it's not, but that'd be really cool.
No, that'd be really cool if we could have Katie Wu on here. But
Could it be Kurt Warner?
no, Kurt Warner.
So Kurt, what can you tell us about the depth?
It's Paul DeYoung. Paul DeYoung is telling us what we're going to do this season.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh,
Paul
so you
DeYoung.
can
Oh,
just-
that's
so you
another
can just
thing.
Scream at him.
That's another
Okay.
thing. Paul DeYoung